North Carolinas. It is Wednesday, May the 11th, and today marks 8 years since I left my career at Microsoft after 21 years of being there. And for probably almost a year prior to my departure, I planned starting my canine coach dog training business, and got all the things ready, went to trainer school and all that went with that. As soon as I left Microsoft, I think I left just a few weeks later to go off to trainer school with, at then, my Great Dane Vinny went with me, and we became dog trainers, or I became a dog trainer. Vinny was demo dog extraordinaire. And at that time, I believed a lot about training could resolve almost everything. And I say almost because we know sometimes there are real genetic issues that might come into play, or even behavioral issues from the people, shall we say, that may inhibit our ability to truly be successful. But at that time, I was in a very narrow path of training and behavior. And frankly, pat myself on the back a little bit, really pretty good at it. I, over the years, have evolved into learning a whole lot more about nutrition and wellness. Wellness being the part about essential oils, homeopathy, wrapping nutrition into all of that, and even what I'll call trying to embrace the enrichment elements of things, or teaching a dog to dog, right? It's not just more training, and I'm going to share a case study with you about that separately, about a dog that I think that has truly been overtrained. But anyway, I have really, I can't even say leaned into this wellness piece. I have jumped in, dived in, dove in, head first, deep end of this wellness embracement, right? And I am really working now to try and get people to understand the importance of that. We can do a lot of work with training, and we can solve a lot of things. But when it comes to these anxiety issues, these highly aroused issues, even the aggression issues, if we are strict in the training lane and don't look at the other pieces of the puzzle that are contributing to how that dog feels and his state of mind, and how nutrition and emotion and even the past trauma or the past imprints, the past experiences, and the things that we as the humans are adding into the equation, right? The things that we are imposing into that animal's environment, which can be our own emotional baggage, our own version of the story. If we are not looking at all of those things, then we're going to have a gap in our success. And I've seen it time and time and time again. I've seen it far too often now to ignore it. So this matters to me so very much in terms of getting our dogs' behavior under control, but also their general health and longevity. So my personal dogs right now don't have behavioral issues, knock on wood. I am very grateful for that. But I know that my Vinny did. He had some aggression issues and some spatial issues around people, and he had a bite history. And I wish I knew now, I wish I knew then what I know now. And in many respects, you could say he is the catalyst to how deep I have gotten into all of this I will never be unable to unravel all that for him. He's gone. But I would do many things differently as an effort to change, enrich his life, and address some of the emotional roots and, frankly, the nutritional roots that were part of his life. And I know now, I believe in my heart, as much as I'm sitting here telling you, I believe all of that was a contributing factor to his behavior. So over the last 8 years, the first few were a very strict training lane. Over the last probably 4 or 5 years, I have really embraced aromatherapy. I'll tell you some case studies about that coming up. I have embraced nutrition, so I've become certified in canine nutrition. I have become certified in aromatherapy for animals with the Veterinary Medical Aromatherapy Association. No, I am not a veterinarian, but I know a lot of stuff. And I've become a certified Reiki master. I have become certified in healing touch. Seems to me I'm missing something to tell you that I've done, but none of that is really, the credentials aren't really what matters, right? I have embraced this, and the truth be told, at my core, it's who I am. It's who I always have been. I have just opened myself to these modalities, to learn more about them, to use them in my training protocols, and now even to do just support work and educational work and wellness work independent of the behavior for the dogs that are struggling with allergies, the dogs that are struggling with digestive issues, the dogs that are struggling with aging issues. It is all part of what I do now. And so the nutrition and wellness is so important to me that I cannot separate it from my training. I've said this before, but I don't think I have conveyed that message clearly enough. And now I'm changing the name. We will still be the Canine Coach, and that's the name of my business. But in terms of priority of how I'm laying this out, you are going to hear me talk about nutrition, wellness, and behavior a whole lot more. Will I still do some of the obedience work? Sure. The happy-go-lucky dogs are fun to train and to work with, but all of the conversations are going to be led with this nutrition and wellness piece. And I believe in this so much for all of you. I'm going to sort of keep shaking the trees until this message is heard. And then from there, what course of action you take is going to be up to you, obviously. But I want you to see the value in nutrition. I want you to see the value in finding these emotional roots and doing something about it. I want you to see the value in this energy work and how you can learn to do some of these things for your animal and for yourself. So all wellness reviews, a good 1-hour consultation with me is free. I'm giving them away, and that can include looking at the behavioral issues that your dog has. Now, this is not giving away training. I'm not giving away, 6 weeks of one-on-one training for obedience and that kind of stuff, but I am giving the consulting, the first consultation with whatever follow-up is appropriate for that initial dialogue that we're having is free. Will you hear about some of the products that I recommend? Yes. Will you hear that you have some choices? Yes. Are some choices way better than other? Yes. But I know we have to be mindful of budgets. I know we have to be mindful of sort of priorities that people can put into place for a lot of this stuff. But I believe there is an answer for all of us and all of you for the things that you are trying to address and to deal with your dog's well-being. That whole wrapper of well-being, whether it's a behavioral problem, an allergy problem, a digestive problem, or a trauma from their past. We have hope and we have options, and there are things that I can teach you that are going to help move you forward. And if we need to take baby steps to do that, to manage the budget, then at least the step is better than doing nothing. So share this please share this first of all. We know that Facebook doesn't allow content to be seen even by followers of the page unless they're active on the page. But the more traffic a page gets, the more beneficial that can be. So I'm investing my quote unquote marketing dollars back into all of you. I would rather give you this time and this dialogue with me than to spend Facebook and Google ad money, right? So please share. I'm doing this for all of you. I'm doing this for your friends and family. If it winds up being a significant volume of activity and time, which frankly I hope that it is, but then I'll do some categories of common workshops, right, where we'll spend a time talking about an allergy. We'll spend a time talking about aggression and specific breakdowns of that, so that people can get what they need, hear what they need, and then start to really make some changes that can be transformational in your dog's life. So look for more from me, more webinars, more Q&As, more trying to just get this message out, because I believe in it so much. I am trying to share it with all of you and really help you make some changes and some decisions about the things that you are working on. Let me know how I can help. I'll post the link below to get your inquiry scheduled if you're interested. We'll talk to you soon.